As part of my DCEU watch along, I have the burden of watching the Oscar-nominated, Oscar winner, Suicide Squad. Let's talk about it. Alright, I'm just going to get into it because I want this to be over as soon as possible. One thing the DCU is not bad at is casting great actors. One thing it is bad at is using them effectively, because they're all wasted. You got Will Smith, Margot Robbie, and Viola Davis, and the least of which wasted, to be fair, is Margot Robbie, who turns in they all turn in good performances for the characters, but Harley Quinn is of course a special character, crazy, chaotic, and I think Margot Robbie almost saves this disastrous, not film to be sure, she doesn't save the film, but I guess portrayal, even her character is not that great. Not that great. Great performance. Character's okay, not that great. Something excellent about this film, folks, is the soundtrack. The soundtrack is so amazing. So many great songs, of a wide variety of songs. Maybe, one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard. But they still manage to waste the songs on it. Whether they're used in the wrong moment or they're used for like 10 seconds at a time, don't give you long enough to process it. It's just trying to overload you with these songs that you're like, hey, I know that's a good song. I'm not sure how much they spent on these, but God, man, oh my God, it's so funny to me how a film could get something so right and yet so wrong. And I think it's the story of this film. This film is the worst thing that has ever happened to the character of the Joker, which is one of the greatest film villains of all time, one of the greatest villains of all time, and one of my favorite characters of all time. And this film just hits him with a baseball bat like 6 times, runs him over with a big 4x4 truck, and Jared Leto Joker. Is the laugh not enough to tell you what I'm trying to say? I'm exhausted. The Joker says shit like,
"You want no beef? You don't want no beef?
Wrong?
You don't want no beef?
You don't like?
Are you sweet talking me? Oh, there she is. The fire in my loins. The itch in my crotch. Hunka hunka!
A lot of this film just has atrocious editing, and apparently it's because Warner Brothers decided to hire, they watched the first cut, they didn't like it, which baffles me if it's really worse than what we got, and they hired the trailer company to edit the feature-length film. To any studio or person who ever wants to try that idea again, do not, because they make trailers, not movies. Bad idea. Bad. I can't walk off. I'm tethered to the phone because of the mic. The cord's right there. I can't. But you get the point. I would walk off. No, I wouldn't. I want to finish this review. Let's keep going. This film abandons the dark tone of both Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman in particular. I quite liked it there, except of course when it was overbearing, which was most of the time. But I like a lot of the dark tone there. It abandons it for a comedy perspective. I did not laugh at a single joke in this miserable excuse for a comedy superhero film. As you can see, I'm not giving any pass, any excuse to this film. I hate this film. The dialogue is often very, very bad. Do you expect anything better at this point? And could it get worse? You might be asking your screen right now. And to that I answer, absolutely. Because the plot, folks, is... What's a word? I think I've run out of every word. If you have a word for bad that I have not used yet, please say it right now. That's a good one. I'm going to use that. The plot is that, because it's boring. The villain is horrible. The action is so basic, which I wouldn't even dock maybe a regular film for not having stellar action. But again, this film does not excel at anything. The film is so boring when they start going after Enchantress, which of course is the main point of the film. And all of that sucks. All of that is bland. None of the characters are cool. And of course, they don't stick the landing because the final battle, I can't even speak right, is a miserable mess. Of course, the villains suck. The action is basic yet again. The sacrifice, who cares, man, at this point? Nobody. Everybody left the theater. There's no theater. I'm watching this at home. But, God, you get it. This final battle sucks. It's not fun to watch. If your final battle is not fun to watch, you're doing something wrong. Stop. Is there any reason, I pose this question to you, dear viewer, is there any reason why someone would ever willingly choose to watch this film over anything else, whether it be superhero, comedy, any other film? I ask you that. That's a legitimate question, because my answer is a resounding no. So obviously I've had fun shitting on this film because I hate it. When people ask me, quite frankly, this is my go-to for what my least favorite film of all time is. I might still stand by that because I hate this film. I hate this film. There are obviously some cool moments, but even a broken clock is right twice a day. If a film had zero cool, good moments, I would be very, very surprised, very shocked that they could not even do a single thing right. So this film obviously has some cool moments, and as much as I hate this film, it is not as bad as I remember, if you believe that. I actually remember this film being worse than it was. Still bad, do not get me wrong, but I remember it being much worse than it was. I figure I might end this review on a positive note by saying that, of course, I referenced its Oscar winning at the beginning, because it is, and as much as I hate that title and the fact that it would ever be the caliber of anything else that has ever won an Oscar in the history of the awards, it deserves that award because the makeup and hairstyling is perfection. Good job to you guys. Everyone else, rethink your careers. It goes without saying that this is bad, but it's kind of funny because I've watched again Batman vs. Superman and Man of Steel. The playlist to watch both of those is up there, hopefully. I've had trouble rating these films, and that trend continues with this film because as much as I dislike it, I'm not sure if it is worthy of an F. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I always reserve the right to change it, but as of right now, I'm going to give this film a D. Yeah, a low D. Maybe an F. I might switch it. But a D for Suicide Squad. Alright, folks, so that's my review of The Suicide Squad. If you like this film, let me know down below because I'm truly, truly, truly very curious as to why that may be. Like, subscribe, you know the drill. Watch some of my other DC reviews. Watch some of my other videos that maybe are not related to DC because this franchise sucks. You've been great. I've been EDPC Reviews. You've been great. That's the line. I messed it up. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.